good, Dime Squad? It's your boy Jay Dimes. We're back at another video. And today we're going to be talking about 5 wide receivers I can see the Giants take a look at in this year's free agency. Now, I don't know what the cap space is going to be. I don't know if these guys are going to actually command the money that we think they are before free agency actually starts. So these are just some of the guys that I think that I've actually heard the Giants name be kind of around it when we're talking about potential suitors for them. So hope you guys enjoy this one. Let's get right to it. At number 5, I have Juju Smith-Schuster. Now, I know a lot of NFL fans lost respect for Juju. He kind of ruined his reputation with how he, were doing TikToks and doing those dances on people's logos, which is a very disrespectful thing. It's a very disrespectful act. But if you take that away, he has a lot of good talent, man. He has a lot of talent, and he's young. He has potential to be a good wide receiver, later on in his career. And I like Juju Smith-Schuster. I think that Juju should go to a team where they can control what he does. And you got to put a leash on Juju. You got to put a leash on him, man, because he's crazy. He's crazy. And I think a team like the Giants could possibly turn Juju into more of a business-first guy, where he buys into the culture and he doesn't focus on making TikToks and social media and stuff like that. So we take that into account. He still has good talent. He's not a scrub. The Giants could possibly own him. I don't think they will, though, mostly because of the TikTok stuff like that. I don't think they want to even deal with that. I think they want to bring it to players where they fit the culture and we fit our scheme on the football field. So this is a shot in the dark. This is a shot in the dark for the Giants. I don't see them going out and getting Juju Smith-Schuster, but I had to throw someone in there, so I'm doing Juju at number 5. At number 4, I have Corey Davis from the Tennessee Titans. Now, mostly I have him on this list because of Logan Ryan saying that he is going to try to recruit players from his former teams to come play for New York. And I think Corey Davis could possibly be that. He's cheap and he's young. I'm not the biggest fan of Corey Davis's game, and that's mostly because I think he's a player that if he doesn't have another weapon on the outside of him, he doesn't do good. Kind of like Darius Slayton. I think that him and Darius Slayton are like the same wide receiver. They are good wide receivers, but they need that number one guy to open up their game. And the thing with Corey Davis is that Corey Davis wasn't picked in the 5th round like Darius Slayton. Corey Davis was picked highly in the 1st round, taking over a lot of good talent. So I think with Corey Davis, he was taken to be that number one guy for Tennessee. Never was that. And as soon as A.J. Brown got on the team, you see that he kind of played at least better. This is his best season. I think he almost had 1,000 yards, but I don't think he got it. And I'm not a big fan of Corey Davis, mostly because I can't depend on him to play consistent games. He's had a few games this year, but he had a 100-yard game, but he's also had games where he has done nothing. Like a playoff game versus Baltimore, I don't know what happened, but he did not see the field. He didn't, and he had 0 receptions for 0 yards, did not see the field. And we can't afford that. We can't afford to buy someone in free agency and they get here and they don't produce. They need to produce because it's a big season. And I don't know if I can depend on Corey Davis to be that for the New York Giants. So he could be an option mostly because he's young. And he also leaves in the option to take a wide receiver in the 1st and 2nd round. So maybe, I think it's it's an okay chance that he might become a Giant, mostly because Logan Ryan would recruit him to be a New York Giant because he's cheap. He's not cost much. So I can see the Giants taking a shot on Corey Davis. We'll see what happens though. Corey Davis at number 4. Number 3, I have the $25 million man, Allen Robinson. Man, I think Allen Robinson is a great wide receiver, no doubt about it. But the thing that's going to kind of draw some of my Giants fans away is that he's asking for $25 million a year. And that's what's been reported. I don't think that's what he's actually said. I don't think he hasn't came out and said that. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I don't think he's actually verbally came out and said, I want $25 million at least on my contract. Now, if that's what he said, the Giants are nowhere near taking a shot on Allen Robinson. They're not, because they're not going to be able to afford him. If the Giants could have the cap space that they have in 2022, where they have over $90 million in cap, then yeah, you can see the Giants going out there and try to get a shot at Allen Robinson, pay him $25 million over a 4-year contract. I can see that. But they don't have the money like that. They don't have it, Now, even though the cap space is rumored to go up from 175 to 185, so a $10 million increase, I still don't see him being in the room for the Giants, mostly because of the $25 million a year. Now, if he were to drop that, maybe, but I don't see him dropping that because Allen Robinson has not had the best quarterback play. He's not played with the Patrick Mahomes, the Deshaun Watsons of them all. He hasn't had that. He hasn't had that bona fide QB to throw him the ball, and he's still got the job done. That's why DeAndre Hopkins is so widely rewarded to being a good wide receiver because he hasn't had the best wide receivers, the best quarterback throwing him the football. And that's the same with Allen Robinson. So I don't think the Giants are going to have the money to go out and even look at him because he's not going to be in that price range. He's too rich for us. He's too rich for the Giants. So I like Allen Robinson, though. If they were able to take a shot and probably get him, I say do what you got to do and try to get him here. But he's not going to be in the price range for him. So I got Allen Robinson at number 3. 2, I have Curtis Samuel. Carolina Panthers wide receiver Curtis Samuel. Now, I know a lot of Giants fans aren't into the slot wide receivers, which I don't understand why, because if you're a slot wide receiver and you still put up production, I don't see what's so bad about that. And I think Curtis Samuel he's a poor man Tyreek Hill. He's a poor man Tyreek Hill. Fast, athletic, got the agility, can take the top off a defense. That's Curtis Samuel's game. And Curtis Samuel has not played with the best QBs of them all either. He hasn't. When he got to Carolina, Cam Newton was not MVP Cam Newton. I think he was drafted in 2017. So Cam Newton was kind of starting to regress there because he started to really regress in 2018, 2019, 2020. So I don't see why the Giants wouldn't take a shot on him because he's cheap. He's young, and he's a Dave Gettleman guy. You saw what he did last year? Who did he spend the most money on in free agency? James Bradbury, who was a second-round pick from him when he was in Carolina. So why wouldn't Dave Gettleman at least look at Curtis Samuel? He took him. He made him. He put him on Carolina. So, and Curtis Samuel's a good guy. He's a good wide receiver. I like Curtis Samuel. I wouldn't be mad. You would pay him $8 to $10 million a season. That's cheap. He also leaves you in the option of getting you trade back and take a Rashad Bateman, who's a tall wide receiver. He will leave that in play also for the Giants because he's not tall. He's not the biggest of them all. He's a short, deep threat wide receiver. And I like that. You can put him at running back. You can put him at wide receiver. You can put him all over the field. He's just a gadget wide receiver, and I like him. So I could see the Giants definitely taking a shot at Curtis Samuel. Might be the most realistic option on the list. I got him at number 2, but he might be the most realistic option when it's all said and done. Curtis Samuel at number 2. And at number 1, I have Detroit Lions wide receiver Kenny Golladay. You already knew. You probably said number 1, Kenny Golladay. Yeah, you already knew, man. Kenny Golladay is my favorite player in this year's free agency class. He's going to be a part of my dream wish list video for the Giants offseason. He's going to be the top dollar guy. I think he offers a wide receiver that can just go up and get the ball. Just throw it to him. And I know he had the injury season last year, in 2020, but I don't think it's nothing to worry about. I don't think it's going to stop the Giants from going after him in free agency. They already shown interest in him back in the season where they thought about trading for him. It was a little bit of discussions for trading for Kenny Golladay from Detroit. So I definitely see the Giants going after him. I see it. I think they're going to do it. They need the weapons for it. They have the money for it. I think as soon as they can get all the cuts that they need to get out, they're going to have enough money. They're ready to afford Kenny Golladay. Definitely with the cap space going up rumoredly. So I like Kenny Golladay. I would love for him to be a Giant. He's number 1 on my wide receivers list for free agent options for them. So, man, that's going to be it. Number 1, Kenny Golladay. Number 2, Curtis Samuel. Number 3, Allen Robinson. Number 4, Corey Davis. And number 5, Juju Smith-Schuster for the list. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe. And to this, me boy Jay Downs, I am out. Go Giants.